Hey everybody, it's Nelson with Creekwood.aquatics. In today's weekly update, we finally got some of our corals in. We had one of our friends graciously give us a few starter corals to test out our new rack with. So we have the corals here. Before any corals go into any systems, you're always going to get a dip. So today's dip is going to be a hydrogen peroxide dip. Um, don't have gloves right now, but I do recommend that if you are going to handle some of these corals, especially the halithoas, that you do wear gloves, you do wear some type of eye protection. Halithoas do produce a toxin called palitoxin, and it's really bad stuff. I've been hit by it before, and it's not a great feeling, but I'm going to try to be really careful. And before I'm done, I'm going to make sure that I wash my hands before I do anything else in officially. But yeah, we're gonna dip our corals for 3 to 5 minutes in hydrogen peroxide. If there's any algae on any of the corals, we're going to scrub it off with a little toothbrush. We're gonna soak again, because we want to put in the minimal amount of any type of hitchhiker into this brand new system. So these are some of the pieces I'm working with. As you can see, there is a lot of hair algae, especially on this guy right here. That's a little candy cane coral. Not sure what that is, but again, I'm going to clean and identify and sort, and we'll see where we're at the end of the day. I'm gonna do these pallies over here. So we're gonna stick that into the hydrogen peroxide. Oh look, a chitin just popped off. Again, I don't mind chitins, so you can go right in there. That I don't actually like the look of that. That almost looks like a sundial coral. Sundial snail. So this is going to stay behind because I don't want that in, and I'm going to confirm that other guy that just went in there. Because those sundial corals, they do eat polyps, so we don't want that going into the rack. But yeah, just kind of shake some of that stuff off, and again, you can see the hydrogen peroxide really working, really getting in there, and anyone who's not supposed to be on this coral should slough right off. I'm also being really careful not to... See, there's another one there. I really think these are sundial snails, and those are problematic. So I'm actually really glad we're dipping these. You should dip any coral that you get, especially because you don't want to introduce... Yeah, see, there's another one right here. So yeah, I feel like these are definitely no good, and I got to get rid of those. So definitely, I see that one in that tank, and I'm gonna go scoop them out when I get a chance. Alright, so this guy's been going for a long time, so we're just gonna lightly brush the bottom, brush the plug. There. One more soak. Alright. This guy's gonna go join his friend. Alright, let's grab somebody else. And I got lucky because that first snail that I put in there was definitely a chitin. Alright, ready? Next piece. I'm going right in. This right here is a little hard tube worm right here. I don't think he's going to cause me that much trouble, so I'll leave him for now. But yeah, these are more zoanthids. We'll get to see their color later on in the day when they come out. But yeah, there's another sundial right there, floating to the top. So this is why it's important to dip all your coral when you get them, because you never know what hitchhikers you're bringing into your tank. Yeah. Let's see. Scrub the bottom. I'm gonna dip my brush in here. This guy is going to move on. Looks like he's got 3 heads actually. He's got 1 head here, up top, and on the side. It looks like he's potentially growing another one. Yeah, if you just saw a bunch of stuff just came off of this coral. So, we'll start with the scrubbing. Get all that gunk, we don't want any of this going into our new rack. Scrub those sides down. Stuff right there. Go back to a nice little soak. Some gunk coming out here. I do have a little pipette, and I use the pipette just for kind of blowing some of that debris off. And this guy is done. Alright, now that I've done a few with you, I'm going to finish up the rest of these by myself. So I'm doing a hyperlapse, and then we'll go back and we'll check them out in the tank. All right, we just finished. Corals are in the tank over here. We'll take a look at them in a second. Let's go take a look at. What came out of the dip. All right, so we have more of those little sundial snails, or a little chitin over here, some arthropods. Let's focus a little bit more. I know there was some Astorina snails that came out, starfish that came out of here. Yeah, there's definitely a sundial right here. Yeah, right here's the Astorina starfish. These guys are pest starfish. They like to sit on your coral and harass them all day. They also reproduce asexually, so they just split themselves and they keep growing exponentially. There's another one right there. And in the container that they came in, you see there's still a ton of algae. And there's a couple little critters kind of running around in there, but yeah. The key to dipping is to prevent all this stuff from ending up in your tank and causing you problems in the future. Here are all the corals after they went in. I know with the blue light it's hard to tell. I'll come back here with my orange glasses and I'll put that in front of the camera, and then you guys will be able to see what the corals actually look like. Anyway, Nelson with Creekwood.aquatics. See you next week.